Hey, what's up, DJ? It's your homie Stylewise here. Thank you so much for signing up for the live webinar training. I really think you're going to enjoy it. Make sure to mark the date and the time on your calendar so you don't miss out. Now, what I'm going to do right now is give you even more free, cool stuff. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to help you as much as I possibly can get more high-paid DJ gigs, because that's really my mission. The 3 things I'm going to be covering in this free video are this. First, what you need in order to build a real DJ business that gives you a comfortable lifestyle. So I'm going to talk to you about this #1 single biggest thing that you need in order to do that, the most important thing. And then I'm going to talk to you about some of my personal struggles and some of the things that were the biggest frustrations for me with becoming a more successful DJ, and then how I overcame those obstacles and how you can do the same thing for yourself. And then the third thing I'm going to talk to you about is just some of the incredible benefits that having a high-paid DJ business gives you. So that is what we're going to do, and let's go ahead and get into the video. This is Stylewise, and here it is.
I don't just want to talk to you about how to get more higher paid DJ gigs. I actually want you to get them, okay? And what you need in order to do that consistently and to build a real DJ business that provides you with a comfortable lifestyle and a predictable and dependable income is a true purpose that is deeply important to you. My example for you is this. 3 things that I want from my DJ business: unity, abundance, and stress-free financial freedom. And I'll go through these one by one. The first one, unity, to bring people together. So I determined at a fairly young age that it was my purpose on this planet, it was my mission in life to bring people together. And I saw music as a vehicle for me to be able to do that. And I try to do that with everything that I do. And this is an example of that, bringing hundreds of DJs together on this webinar, for example, from all over the world, or bringing people together in a club from different backgrounds, different ages, races, etc. Bringing people together through unity. Second one is abundance, to have more high-paid gigs than you know what to do with. The third is stress-free financial freedom. And what I mean by that is very specifically having the certainty that your DJ income goals will be met predictably and consistently. Now let me take you back. This is one of the first gigs that I ever did in public. And as you can see, there's like a few people there. I probably had a crowd of like 7, and half of those people were like my friends. So let's say 4 real fans there enjoying my DJing. And the reason why I want to talk about this right now is because this gig reminds me about the struggles that I had as a DJ. And although I've experienced some really cool things, I've also experienced some very serious struggles as well. And I don't want to make it sound like it's all sunshine all the time, because it's absolutely not. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I'm going to keep it straight up. And this is straight up the stuff that I dealt with. You know, I remember being afraid that I wouldn't be able to present myself professionally and people wouldn't take me seriously. And this was like really difficult for me because I was really young. So people didn't take me seriously a lot of times, and I just didn't know how to get around that a lot of times. I also remember not knowing what to charge. Do I charge too much? Am I charging too little? I didn't want to overcharge, and at the same time I didn't want to undercharge as well. So that was a struggle. I was also really worried about what I would do if I got asked to do a gig that I had never done before. You know, I think that one of the biggest things that makes a DJ incredible is range. Being able to play a different range of gigs. And so I always said yes to any type of gig, even if it was outside of something that I was used to doing. And I got really worried about what would happen if I wasn't able to perform in the way that the crowd wanted me to. I didn't know how to organize my music or my equipment, and I would forget of things. Like, I remember one of the first gigs that I did was through a friend, and it was this girl that had these rich parents, and it was a birthday party on a yacht. And I remember I showed up to the gig, and I started to load up my equipment onto the boat, and I realized that I forgot my amplifier. So basically there was going to be no sound, which obviously wasn't an option. And the only problem was everyone was already there and the boat was about to leave. So that was a serious struggle. And, another thing was that I was a perfectionist and I could never produce anything because I thought it was never good enough. And this is one thing that stopped me, especially really early on, from putting myself out there, because I was too self-conscious and I was too concerned, overly concerned really, about the quality of what I was doing. And probably the worst thing, probably the biggest point of struggle and frustration, was that I didn't have anyone to help me. There was no one to teach me what to do. Everyone that I had ever met that was a DJ always told me that they had an uncle or an older brother or someone like that introduced them to DJing. DJing is largely passed down from generation to generation, and no one in my family had ever been a DJ, and no one I knew really had ever even been a DJ. And I grew up in the suburbs, really isolated from any kind of culture, DJ culture, so that was really difficult because I felt alone and lost in terms of what to do, not having any mentors and anyone to guide me through the process. Now, despite the struggles and the frustration, I did figure some things out. And about a year after, I was able to do my first big show. And this was not just DJing birthday parties. This was me on stage in front of 350 people. And you can see that in the photo. There's quite a crowd there. And I was able to really experience some success. And shortly after this, my success really started to explode. And I went from DJing from just hundreds of people to DJing on the radio here, to being on TV, to having my own residency, and having my name on thousands of flyers all across my city, and becoming something like a local celebrity. And people would recognize me and they would say, "I heard you on the radio." And I remember one time I met this girl, and she said, "What do you do?" And I said, "I DJ." And she said, "What's your DJ name?" And I said, "Stylewise." And she said, "Oh yeah, I heard of you." And I remember it was at that moment when I realized that I had really figured something out. So that was really when I started developing my system of promoting myself. And I'm going to share these things with you right now. Now, the accolades and the fame and stuff is cool, but to be perfectly honest with you, it took me a while to figure this out, but it's really not the best thing to count on. I don't count on it, and it's not the thing I want more than anything else. What I learned is that what you can count on is the experiences that DJing brings. People loving what you do, they're not always going to love it. And people loving what you do is something that you can't depend on. But what you can depend on if you do build a real DJ business, is to enjoy the lifestyle and the experiences that having a successful DJ business can offer you. And that's something that I want you to experience, because it's one of the most incredible things that I think anyone could ever have. So it's not just being able to travel places, but it's also being able to DJ in those places. So here's one video that I took recently in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and I want to share this with you. Hello, we are in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and it's awesome. Say hi.
Hi,
This is Gabriela.
this is Gabriela. Hi, eu sou a Graziele.
That's Graziele.
Gra,
She speaks Portuguese.
eu falo português.
This is...
Love.
Yeah, I know. I have it wrong a little bit. Alright, this is Montego Bay. It's really awesome. It's like a perfect 84 degrees today. Nice little breeze. And life is good. So that was definitely one of the most favorite places that I traveled to and have been able to experience. And here's another one. This is Costa Rica. Alright, enough of that. Let's get back to the slides. So, I don't show you these things to impress you, but I do show you them to impress upon you what is possible. This is possible if you can learn how to market yourself better as a DJ. And like I said, it's something that you can do without becoming a better DJ than you already are right now. Let me talk to you about the secret that I discovered about marketing and promoting myself. And that is this. In the entertainment world, DJs follow the rules, but the owners are the ones that make the rules. So by becoming more than a DJ, you can get paid more. So the key is to become more than a DJ. If you think about it, the difference between a DJ and an owner. DJs know the music, and the owners know the marketing and the market. If the DJ is the product, then the owner is the business. And the thing is that the product doesn't control the business. The business controls the product. So the key is to do both. And the most successful DJs in the world know both the music and the marketing. If you think about it, the better you are at marketing yourself, the more gigs you're going to get. And the more gigs you get, the more money you're going to make. It's really as simple as that. So better marketing equals making more money.
All right, DJ, so that's it for today's video. Just a taste of what we're going to be covering on the live webinar training that you signed up for. So if you liked that, you're absolutely going to love the live webinar training, and make sure that you block off the date and the time on your calendar, because it's going to be a one-time event, and if you miss the webinar training, you're out of luck. And I really don't want you to miss out. I really want you to benefit from what it is that I have to give you. So make sure you block off the date and the time on your calendar and you're there. Because like I said, if you miss a webinar, you're out of luck. So thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed making it for you. And I look forward to seeing you very soon and talking to you very soon. Hope you have a great rest of the day. This is Stylewise, and I'm out of here. Peace.